What's up, rabid Razorback family? Hope you're all having a blessed day. It is Wednesday, February 28th, which just so happens to be my mother's birthday. So a quick shout out and I love you to Mama Rabid. But let's talk some Arkansas baseball today, starting with a quick recap of their performance this past weekend in Arlington during the Kubota College Baseball Series. The Hogs pretty much picked up where they left off the previous weekend against James Madison. The pitching was absolutely elite. I'll go ahead and throw up the cumulative numbers for y'all to look over. As you can see, the starting pitching was completely dominant. 33 Ks over 17 innings of work, surrendering only 4 walks, 6 hits, and no runs. The bullpen was really good as well. Obviously, not quite as dominant as the starting pitching, but still gave a lot of quality innings of relief and was still more than good enough to secure wins. Then you can see the complete totals for the pitching staff. Once again, just an absolutely elite weekend for the Hog Arms. 59 Ks over 31 and 1/3 innings of work, and a 1.73 ERA. Yeah, folks, that is going to win you a lot of games and a lot of weekend series. It all started with Hagen Smith's record-setting performance on Friday against number 7, now number 6, Oregon State, as he tied the program's single-game strikeout record with 17 Ks in just 6 innings of work. The man literally only pitched 1 inning in which he didn't record all 3 outs himself, and held a Beavers team that had outscored all of their prior opponents 52-17 scoreless, and also a Beavers team that, for what it's worth, went on the next couple of days to run rule Michigan 11-1 on Saturday and handle Oklahoma State relatively easy 8-1 on Sunday. But due in large part to the performance of Arkansas's ace, they would ultimately be able to take down that same very good Oregon State team 5-4. Then the next day against the Oklahoma State Cowboys, Brady Tygart would do a great job of picking up where Hagen Smith left off. He would even get some great help out of the bullpen. However, unfortunately, the Hog Bats were essentially lifeless as Arkansas would go on to lose that game 1-2 after 14 long innings. Thankfully, the Razorbacks pitching staff would remain relentless all weekend, as on day 3, in a game in which they would meet the Michigan Wolverines for the first time ever on the baseball diamond, they remained strong, despite a bit of a nerve-wracking bottom of the 9th where Michigan would pull to within just 1 run of once again tying it and once again sending us to extras for the second time that weekend and or potentially winning it. The Hogs held on and beat the Wolverines 4-3. Once again, due in large part to a strong start on the mound, this time by Mason Molina, as well as some great relief from Big Will McIntyre and Cody Frank. The Michigan Wolverines did score 3 runs while McIntyre and Frank were in the game. However, only 1 of those 3 runs was actually earned. Overall, it was a very solid weekend for Arkansas, winning 2 out of 3, good enough that they were able to hold strong at number 2 overall in the country in this week's poll. It was obviously disappointing not to see the offense produce more than they did, only being able to scratch 1 run across the plate in 14 innings against the Cowboys was especially frustrating. However, we are still very early into the season. There is still a lot of baseball to be played and still a lot to be pleased with at this point, namely in regards to how phenomenal our pitching staff has looked through 2 weeks of play. They are looking like potentially the best overall staff in the country. So if and when the offense wakes up, Arkansas is going to be extremely tough to beat. As I noted, it is still very early in the season, still a whole lot of baseball to be played, but it is starting to look apparent that the Hogs offense doesn't have to be elite. They don't have to be great. They may not even have to be good per se, at least not all the time, because if what we're seeing from this pitching staff continues, they may only need to average about 5 runs a game to win the vast majority of their series. And I certainly believe they're more than capable of that. So if they can take it a step further and catch fire and be a consistently good or maybe even great offense at times, then they undoubtedly have the potential, in my mind, to be a team that can go the distance and be the first team in this storied program's history to capture that ever so elusive College World Series title. And it is worth noting that just yesterday against Grambling in a midweek game, the offense did look much better. They did show the flashes of their power and potential as an offense, albeit against an objectively really bad Grambling team. However, to put up a 20-piece against any team is still impressive. They definitely got some good batting practice in against the Tigers, as 12 different Razorbacks recorded at least one hit in the game. Regardless the opponent, they showed up. They took advantage of the game and of the opportunity and hopefully established some confidence and momentum for them to build upon as they head into this weekend series against a solid-looking Murray State baseball team that is 6-2 on the year. All in all, and perhaps needless to say, I think there is definitely a whole lot to be excited about with and for this team. Clearly, they have some areas that they need to and can improve upon, as one should expect this early into the season. Clean up the fielding, which almost all of Dave Van Horn's teams are known to be great at. Get the bats rolling and continue to build upon what you're doing right now as a pitching staff. And this Arkansas team will not only be capable of beating any team in the country, but they will be capable of dominating damn near any team in the country. But I reckon that's pretty much all for now. I look forward to this weekend against Murray State, which could prove to be another quality opponent for the Hogs in this early season. That series will start on Friday at 3 o'clock Central Time and will be streamed only on SEC Network Plus. As always, I'll be doing live updates and commentary throughout on the Facebook page, Rabid Razorback Fans. But with all that said, thank y'all so much for all y'all's love and support. Until next time, I pray the good Lord keeps you all safe and blessed. And of course, go Hogs!